Okay, today we are going to debug. Actually, I'll show you what we did. I did stuff off stream, so if you remember for the legal spawns, we're trying to get it working where we're detecting whether or not either player is kind of sitting above the spawn point. So this is for spawn point, the top one. So conflict should be true if I'm blocking the spawn point. Maybe this was not the top one. Maybe it was this one. Maybe it was this one. Okay, it was this one. So see how it's conflict true. And what that is meaning is that if a spawn point has either player above it, then if the other player dies, it can't spawn there because that's been making issues and bugs. So we've got the code for all of these different points. So this is point 1, this is point 2, which is the platform 4, point 3 and point 4. So basically what we need to do is if either of them, if any of them are a conflict is true, they need to be removed from our legal spawn value, our legal spawn table, and they need to be removed by value so that when a new player is instantiated, it can't spawn at that specific location. So we need to do a couple of things. So like, let's try to do it with just one player for now and 1 point for now. So we're going to be doing it for player 1 and on this platform 3. So instead of conflict, I'm going to say spawn zone 1 conflict. So that we're just knowing what we're talking about here. Spawn zone 1 conflict. Now, the numbers are kind of all over the place. Like 1 is, I don't know why I did it like that. Like 1 is the platform 3 spawn zone, but I don't know why. Spawn zone 1 conflict gets false. So let's go down to our bottom and we'll be printing our spawn zone 1 conflict here. Okay. So for whatever, this should be the same exact thing. Yeah, just over there. So if you take a look up here, these are our legal spawns. So there's, spawn 1, spawn 2, spawn 3, spawn 4. And we're looking for, we're looking for if there is a conflict. God damn it. We're looking for if there is a conflict. Like let's say there's a conflict at 1. 1 needs to be removed from this table so that we get respawn from the remaining legal spawn values. So we've got, we take a look at our legal spawns, like right here. This is the code, this is the magic that does it. So it's like, what I did was I kind of made a prototype called legal spawn something as a just legal spawn as a function for us to call in our wave. So let's go ahead and do that. So like we're calling this every frame in our wave 1, and we need to declare it. So up here we'll give ourselves a function, and it's called legal spawn. Okay, and it's got what it does is I lost the buffer for my legal spawn cheats, so let me see it here. Okay. Okay, so there's our legal spawn removal, but we need to do our collision here. So every frame we're going to be doing this for 0.1, for example. I'm going to take this 0.1 as well. So if we say the collision detection here, spawn zone 1 conflict. Okay, so now for right now, let's just go through here and we'll say if the spawn, we're cycling through our legal spawns, which defaults to all of them there. And we're saying if legal spawns at our index of our loop is equal to 1, then just remove that one. So we don't need to do that. We need to do if spawn zone 1 conflict is true, then we need to table.remove table.remove the shit. This isn't quite right. We just need to remove the value of 1 from our legal spawns table. So man, I'm just not remembering exactly how we did this. We figured this out the other stream. See how we need an I in pairs so that we can determine which index to remove, but not, this isn't our, I wonder if we've got a legal spawn value here. Yeah, we do. But just 1. Okay, well, let me just go ahead and try to do it, I guess. Okay, that's in wave 6, so we should be okay there. Okay, so what we're trying to do is remove yeah, we don't need this, man. I don't know what I was thinking. We just need to remove the value 1 from our legal spawn table if spawn zone 1 conflict is true. So we just need to say if spawn zone 1 conflict is true, then we're going to say table.remove, and we're going to remove from our legal spawn list we're going to remove the value of 1 if it's a conflict. So and see, this is where it gets messed up, because it's not, that'll remove index 1, not value 1. Yeah, see, position, not value. So I think what I was excited about last time was that we knew how to remove it by value. And all we had to do was cycle through, just like this. We cycle through our legal spawns, and if that index is equal to 1 or 2, okay, then we're going to remove that index. Okay, so we have to do a loop like this. Because otherwise we can't remove the index. We can, otherwise we can't remove the value. We'd only be able to remove the index. So, legal spawn, and it's gonna be right here. We're gonna do this where it's gonna be this, like we thought. We're gonna cycle through the legal spawns, and if legal spawns is equal to 1, and actually, yeah. Legal spawns is equal to 1. Then if spawn zone 1 conflict is true, then we're going to go ahead and remove that index. That's the index of when our legal spawns is equal to 1. The value is equal to 1. Then we're going to remove it at that index. The index. This equality here is not testing if the index is 1. It's testing if legal spawns, the table at index 1, is equal to the value 1. Or not index 1, but all the indexes. It'll cycle through all of them. And once it's equal to 1, then it can remove at the ith position, which would be the one that is equal to 1. Okay, so that should work. And then we just need to make sure that in our wave 1, yeah, wave 1. So look, set legal spawn table. Okay, so we need to say legal spawns gets a table of, and at wave 1, it defaults to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then maybe we should call this function legal spawn removes, or legal spawn update or something, because that's what's gonna remove any conflicting spawn points. Let's see if that does what we're hoping it to be. So I'm hoping that 1 will remove from the top left there once I'm hovering over this spawn zone. Okay, table.remove, okay, so we forgot an S here. So in our legal spawn, yeah, we put a legal spawn, which was a function, and legal spawns is the table. So let's try that again. Okay, check that out. Conflict is true. 1 is no longer in our legal spawns. Now, if I fly high enough or die, it comes back. So let's try it again. 1's gone. Fly high enough, it's back. Oh, but see how it scooted down. It scooted down, did it not? No, maybe I'm just... Okay, dude. Okay, so yeah, it didn't scoot down. It's just... Jeez, dude. Okay, well, I think that's it. So now, you know, our legal spawns, when we instantiate a new player, we'll be able to say, you know, only spawn if from the spawn zone indexes that are in our legal spawns. So all we gotta do is do this again, but for the other spawn zone points. So okay, I actually, hold on a sec. Spawn zone 1 conflict, then table dot remove legal spawns 1. Okay, that might be messing us up. Okay, so I mean, I think this will just change the order of the table up there. Like 1 will become at the bottom. No, we reset it every time. Okay. Okay, well, it's working. It's working. So let's do the next one. So it's spawn zone 0.2. So we'll take 0.2 here and we'll go up. Similar thing where we're gonna say okay, platform 4. Okay, so we need this to be spawn zone 2 conflict. Okay, so we're gonna take this, yank it, paste it. Nope. Paste it. We're gonna delete that. Then we're gonna... No! No! Okay. Okay, spawn zone 2 conflict. Okay. So in this same loop where we're cycling through the legal spawns, we're gonna, check if it's equal to 1, and if so, remove it. But then we're also gonna check if it's 2. Then if it's a conflict at 2, then remove that one. So let's see if our point 2, which is a platform 4 spawn point, let's see if that is working. So platform 1, 2, 3, 4, that should be this left one. Okay, man. Okay. Yep, 2 seems to be working. So 2 is removed if we're hovering over this spawn zone point, and then 1 should be removed if we're hovering over this one, and it is, and they're all 4 back. As long as we're not in wave 6, that platform 2 will default to being there. Okay. And then, as long as we get high enough, we'll get that 1 back. Okay. Let's keep going to point 3. I'll call it a night because I got work in the morning. So do this, point 3, we'll do this. Okay. So we'll do this. Spawn zone conflict with 3. And you know what? We need to initialize these anyway, so I gotta do that. Yank. Go paste. And we'll go paste. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing where we're checking 3. And if it is equal to 3, then if it is also a spawn zone 3 conflict, remove it. So let's give us these conflict initializations to false, just in case. Go to the top here. Say spawn zone 1 conflict gets false. And then we'll say 2 and 3 gets false. Okay. So now let's see if the third one is removed, and it is. So we have to add this for the second player, and then we have to add where it actually only instantiates a spawn zone point if from our legal spawns table instead of just a random number 1 through 4, which it currently is doing. So let's just get our spawn zone 4 conflict going, and then we'll call it a night. Then we'll add player 2, then we'll add the actual functionality. So here's our point 4. Okay, so we're going spawn zone 4 conflict gets true. Just yank this word and paste. Okay, and same thing here. So our legal spawn 4 is a spawn zone point 4 is at platform 2. So and this is one of the reasons why they're so out of order, because it's like I think I started with this one being 1, but then that's working. It's 4's removed when we stand on there, which is good. So they're all working. The reason that this is 4 is because I was using table dot remove maybe to delete the last item in the list, because platform 2 here, this spawn zone point's the only one that doesn't stay the whole game, because platform 2 retracts. So I had it at 4 because it was the last index that I could delete. I think that's why. But now that we've got all 4 of these working, I'm going to take conflict out of our debugging here real quick. Then it'll add us a note. Prevent players from spawning at the same point, and we are doing that. It's just we've only got one step of it. We've got legal spawn function removing unnecessary spawns. That's what we did do. And then we also have to add layer 2 to the legal spawn function. And then once those 2 things are true, then we'll be able to prevent players from spawning at the same point by reinstantiating not a math.random number for our spawn zone point index, but a random value from our legal spawn table. So that'll be next. I imagine we get both of that done easily in the next episode, so that shouldn't be bad. And then we'll have to decide what to do from there. But we'll take a look at our getDiff real quick. We added these spawn zone conflicts, and we moved all this functionality, all of this collision detection, into a legal spawn function. I think we should rename it I think we should call it like legal spawn removal or something. Because what it's really doing is removing anything that we're conflicting with. So I'll probably rename it, and that is just a little bit better for clarity because our legal spawns table is only one letter difference than that function, which we already ran into a bug with that. So I think we will be changing that name, but not right now. Let's say added legal spawn function that removes conflicting spawn points for player 1. And we'll push it and we'll call it a day. I'll see you guys tomorrow and we will get more of this functionality done.